So I saw this article on Facebook from someone that I'm friends with on there, and I said, this is an interesting turn of events. Now, what I'm about to tell you is all alleged at this moment, but knowing how these devils get down, I wouldn't put them past them if this was the underlying reason. Now, as you can see by the title, it says, was this bigger than Breonna Taylor? Now, the original story is that it was a no-knock warrant or no-knock raid gone wrong, quote unquote, in which they thought that the residence they was going in was basically a drug house. But it turns out that wasn't the case. In fact, it turned out the person that they was looking for was already in custody and had been in custody for some time. And of course, the casualty of this was Breonna Taylor and almost her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker. But now this new article, this new story has come out. And like I said, again, this is all alleged, that the reason that they did this no-knock warrant and busted up into that complex was because apparently this area in which Breonna Taylor and Kenneth Walker lived in is going through redevelopment, aka gentrification. Now I think y'all are seeing where I'm going with this. So basically they're trying to say that they're trying to clear you-know-who out so they can move you-know-who in. Again, this is all alleged. So don't take my word for it. This is just a theory that they pretty much come up with at this time. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But I'm going to go ahead and read this article coming from the Business Insider. Breonna Taylor's family has alleged that the warrant on her apartment during the execution of where she was fatally shot by police was filed as part of a gentrification effort, according to local reports. Taylor's family amended their legal complaint at Jefferson Circuit Court, Louisville, with the allegation that a police unit had deliberately misled narcotics officers to believe their warrants were focused around dealing with a major drug hotspot. The complaint claims that a block on Elliott Avenue in western Louisville, where Taylor's ex-boyfriend Jamarcus Glover was living, sits in the center of the Vision Russell Initiative, a redevelopment plan led by the mayor's office. Glover's apartment, the family's filing reportedly said, presented one of several primary roadblocks to the Vision Russell project. The filing claims that the 5 warrants issued on March 12th, including on Taylor's apartment, were all part of efforts targeting Glover and others in his building to clear the way for redevelopment. The allegations do not constitute evidence. Gene Porter, spokesperson for interim mayor Greg Fisher, strongly denied the claims, telling the Courier-Journal in a statement that they were without foundation or supporting facts. They are insulting to the neighborhood members of the Vision Russell Initiative and all the people involved in the years of work being done to revitalize the neighborhoods of West Louisville. The Vision Russell Initiative is a project to revitalize the neighborhoods of West Louisville, and they put revitalize in quotations because let's be real here, we know what that means. Mary Ellen Wilderwall, head of the city's Economic Development Foundation Louisville Forward, the city's economic development organization, told local news channel Wave 3 that the updated lawsuit is a gross mischaracterization of the project and said the foundation had worked with community organizations throughout. She added that the foundation is discussing the creation of a community land trust to ensure investment without displacement. Breonna Taylor's death had been a focus of the BLM and anti-police brutality protests that sprang up after the police killing of George Floyd on May 25th. Let me see here. It's a Detective Joshua James has sought a no-knock warrant for Taylor's home after seeing Glover leaving there with packages and heading directly to a quote-unquote known drug house, the Louisville Courier-Journal reported. A postal official has since denied that James' office had verified this with the Postal Service. James had since been reassigned. According to her family preliminary statement to Jefferson Circuit Court on April 27th, neither Taylor nor Walker had any criminal history of drugs or violence and were described as by neighbors as quiet and peaceful. So like I said, this is a very interesting turn of events right here. Like I said, again, everything that's put out there is alleged. This was actually put out there by Breonna Taylor's family. I hope that this actually could be something that they could use and nothing that can be used against them. Meaning that this wouldn't help the case at all if it didn't stick. And right now it's still pretty much in a dead end zone because the terrorists that were involved with her shooting still have not been criminally charged. Like they're just walking free, doing whatever they pretty much want. And like I said, we know whose fault that is. That falls onto Daniel J. Cameron, the district attorney of that area. Now, this is, like I said, is very interesting because when you think of gentrification, of course, you think of pushing a certain quote unquote element up out of there. And when you think about when they say that her ex was quote unquote involved with drugs, which that can be alleged as well, and him coming over and leaving mysterious packages at that residence, them doing this no knock raid, even though they already had the person in custody, but still did it anyway. And now this woman is dead. And then this comes out. So while this could be a far-fetched allegation, I would not be surprised if that was an underlying factor, considering what gentrification is meant to do, which is to displace a certain group of people to move another group of people in of a certain, of a certain status. But I'm curious though. I would really love to know what your take is on this. Do you think that this is a strong allegation that can actually be proven? Or do you think that the family may have jumped the gun with this one and it may not be able to be proven at all?